Yo guys, and welcome back to this new stream here on the channel. And on today's stream I will be discussing the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency market. And on today's stream, of course, we're going to go over this in-depth correction that we got in the market. And the question is right now here, is it right now done? Is it right now done for Bitcoin? Of course, we're seeing already quite a lot of people right now saying, oh, we are done. Oh, this is the bear market. Bitcoin going back to 42k. Bitcoin is an extreme bearish market and it is over, done and dusted for Bitcoin right now. And personally, no, I do not think on this way here. I've said it several times before on my channel. Yes, if we break the range high, it could be, of course, having a bullish effect here on the market. But as soon as we're going to close the 4-hourly candle below in the green box, we're most likely going to visit a little bit of lower targets. Is it for me a reason to go out of my trade here and, of course, get to cry in a corner? No, that is not a reason for me at all to do. My strategy right now here is still going to be the same here. As long as the market is going to come down further on from up this point, I will be adding more to my trade. If the market is going to go up from this point, I will be happy and satisfied with my gains that I'm going to make on the market. But right now, the market, of course, came down. But of course, we're still in profit, our trade. So that the market came down so massively towards the downside? No, it didn't. And of course, right now, you do have as well opportunities to, of course, accumulate swing trades approximately at the same range here. Of course, I do understand why quite a lot of people are right now saying the bull market is over, because yeah, people are saying the bull market is over because they are fair. They think everything is done and dusted. And of course, this was also a scenario that we discussed 2 days ago and yesterday as well. But 2 days ago, we told to everyone, do not get too overexcited if we're not going to be breaking the range high, because the range high is the level that we have to be breaking. And of course, a potential pullback towards the lows of the trend here could be likely to be happening again here, because if we're going to go down towards the lows of the trend again, it could be, of course, lead towards quite a lot of people that right now were starting to feel good again here, right now starting to get afraid again, and they to sell over the tokens, or they to, of course, going to open short positions, because right now, once again, going to go over it, there are a lot of short positions currently active. And the reason why I'm saying this is because the majority of exchanges are right now having negative funding rates. What does this mean, negative funding rates? Once again, negative funding rates are basically once, of course, the majority of the traders are short, not necessarily majority, but the majority of the quantity of the trades are short. So there are more short traders right now in the market, and of course a lot of these exchanges are still in neutral territory. And so this is, of course, giving clearly a signal that, of course, fear is currently ruling in the market. People are afraid and people are anticipating the market is going to get down, so they're going to be opening a short position. Of course, we have been seeing a little bit of an outflow of total open interest in the market, and yesterday we did saw a minor long squeeze of 130 million US dollars. So yeah, quite interesting what we currently can see here. And yeah, my trade, of course, is still open, still in the positive, but of course I would have loved that it was trading a little bit higher. But like I explained several times before with my trading position, I will be, of course, benefit from it if the market is going to stay bullish from this point, because if the market is going to stay bullish from this point, I will be, of course, make more gains from this position. But for me, it doesn't really matter if the market is going to come down from this point here, because if the market is going to come down further, I will be able to, of course, get these extra limit orders in, where I could be, of course, still accumulate a particular cheap amount of Bitcoin for, of course, a lower price, so I can get a better average entry price. So for me, is it all too bad that we're right now, of course, coming down so significantly? Of course, for the majority of the people, I would have loved to see that we were going back in an uptrend, because yeah, some people can't handle the heat right now below their feet, and that's the reason why I would love to see the market turning bullish again. And of course, I do expect the market is going to turn bullish again, but it is just a matter of time right now, and it of course looks to be that we are in similar stages like we had here back in May and June, because these are once again reaccumulation phases. But we do know that December and January are two very important months for crypto and assets in general, because usually big companies are distributing their stocks, assets, and bitcoins, of course, in the month of December because of the taxation, and of course in January they're buying back in towards it because of the taxation at that point. So it does make quite a lot of sense for the whales to suppress the price here in January to create a lot of fear here in December, I mean, and of course unleash everything and unload everything once once again back into January. So that's a thing that I do look forward towards. I think that January, first of all, is going to be a big month because these big institutions are going to be reloading their money and capital back in towards the market, and they could be leaning towards massive price surges, of course, on the market. So that is already a very exciting thing to look towards because, yeah, we do know in like 2 days from now on, it's going to be the 31st of December, and we do know the 31st of December is the last day of the year, and then we're going to go into our 2022 here, a crazy year behind us, and we're going to step in towards a new year, whole new assets, whole new year with all new opportunities, and of course we're going to be opening the year maybe above 50k or maybe below 50k, but either way, $48,000 is way higher than $20,000 we opened it last year with. So I mean, a base price of $48,000 will be lovely to go and open the year with, of course. So a thing that we could be looking out for if we're going to purely look at the charts right now is, I mean, the momentum generation momentum strength we're currently forming on the market. So like you can see, market came particularly quick down here from the highs here. Market came down in a rapid pace here, and because since we came down, of course, we lost, of course, we went from overbought in the RSI to oversold in the RSI. Of course, we were pretty strongly oversold here, all the way down towards the 17 of the index, and of course below 30 is already oversold. So of course we were getting pretty oversold, and if we're right now going to form with this 1 hour candle, and this is of course a thing that I would love to see here, if we're going to go down with this 1 hour candle that we're right now trading on, and let's say we're going to close this 1 hour candle around levels of 47.3k or a little bit lower at least, we are going to create a massive bullish divergence. And of course, how I would like to see a trend getting reversed here from a significant correction down here is with a particular big wick on the lower side. But usually as well, before we're creating massive breakouts, and just look back towards all the previous corrections in the market here, and just look back towards all the previous major pumps we usually tend to get in the market, like we saw over here in July. We saw a last shakeout over here, and then we started the big uptrend over here as well. We formed a movement up, then we came down massively as well here, spiked down, and then we started to be moving up again. Over here as well, spiked down, then we started to be moving up again. So usually before a significant move up here, you first get a major correction towards the downside, because yeah, markets don't only move in one direction, they move in these waves, we could say stairs, because yeah, the bulls take the stairs, the bears take the elevator, and that's clearly what we can see and what's getting reflected today. But of course, if we're going to look back towards the trend we're currently creating here, we're forming, of course, a higher low structure here on this market, and that is currently getting broken because we formed this lower low here on the market again. So pretty unfortunate, to be honest, to see this, of course, rolling out on the market, because yeah, this is right now once again enabling a downtrend getting generated on the market with the lower low structure we're currently getting formed over here. So that's of course important to look out for, and that's going to be quite crucial and quite interesting to see how this is going to be unfolding. Maybe we could be looking at this downward sloping support line, but most likely, yes, it could be getting, and it could be starting to get particularly exciting and particularly interesting right now. Of course, potential movement down towards the support line could provide very good support as well. I've been talking about it several times here. The Fibonacci support range here, we were failing to hold on towards the 0.618, like you can see. We were getting rejected by it, I could better say here. So since this rejection of the Fibonacci over here could be as well still lead towards lower targets getting reached here. And if we're talking about lower targets, we're going to talk about the 46.8k here on Bitcoin. That is most likely going to be the next major support range as well. We could be looking at some horizontal ranges, of course, like this range over here. This range over here, the 47.1k, is going to be an extremely strong level of support. We have been not retesting it yet here, but the reason why I say this is an important level of support that I do want to be holding on towards is because this is first of all previous support over here, resistance over here as well, resistance and support getting provided over there, and of course in the future this level could be once again provide us very strong movements of support. So that's something that I do look forward towards as well. I will be making this level red again because, yeah, like you can see here, this major resistance range over here is once again failed to hold on towards us. But only once provided the support, right now once again is going to be flipping into resistance if we're going to go up again towards this range here. So I do look forward towards how this is going to be playing out here, and hopefully it's going to be a very exciting one. Guys, by the way, I see the red color has been changing up here, so that's pretty interesting. A different kind of red rain coming towards the market here on TradingView. So TradingView changing up their colors a little bit here. But curiously, guys, well, let me know in the chat here what you guys think of it. Do you think that Bitcoin is going to still create a bounce, or do you think that Bitcoin is right now done and dusted, and Bitcoin is going to go into a very bearish market into 2022, and Bitcoin is going to go down towards 20k or 9k even? Let me know in the chat here what you guys currently think of it. So we will never see the $42,000 screenshot this. I personally think we won't see the $42,000 indeed. I think, I mean, I definitely agree with that statement over there. I do not think it's going to be likely to anticipate that target right now getting reached here. Of course, we do know as well that the 4-hour, it was creating a lot of bearish divergence on the highs over here. We were forming, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4 bearish divergence. So we were seeing quite a significant amount of touch points getting generated, and as well even on the MACD. So basically on the Rover trends indicator, we were seeing a 5 out of 5 bearish divergence, and that was also a reason why we did came down here on the market, because yeah, market was losing a little bit of strength on the highs here, and that's the reason why we did came down here. Of course, where it was previously gaining strength, it lost a lot of strength on the lows over there. But let me right now set up as well some hidden bullish and bearish divergence, so we could be maybe spot some potential movements that we are going to get generated over here. And I mean, we even set a double one over there, so that's pretty interesting. So yeah, so far it looks to be that this is everything what we can see right here. There's no different momentum divergence getting generated on the 4 hourly candles right here. So I'm real quickly going to go over all the time frames a little bit here to see what we're forming. Of course, a while ago we still formed some bearish divergence, but right now we're not forming any bullish divergence all whatsoever on the lower time frames as well. So that is, of course, a little bit more unfortunate as well on the 5, 15, and 30 minute as well. So let me as well go back towards this time frame, and let me then talk a little bit about the daily time frame before going further into our details, of course. So daily time frame on Bitcoin, basically what we can see here is that Bitcoin got rejected by the range high over here, like you can see here. It got rejected by this range here, and right now for the coming days ahead of ourselves, we have a very critical level to look at, and that's going to be a breakthrough of the $51,000 with the daily candles, with the 4 hourly candles as well. So it's going to be an interesting one. But like you can clearly see here, major rejections were getting formed here. And once again, it provides a movement towards the downside here on this market. What we can see here is right now is no bullish or bearish divergence yet here. Let me as well real quickly enable the relative strength index for a second here. So relative strength index is of course going to create a lot of bullish divergence if we're going to come down a little bit further. Because yeah, market has been gaining a lot of strength here, but while it has been gaining strength here, the market is almost forming lower lows again here. So yeah, still we're going to form quite a lot of bullish divergence, what could be eventually still having a bullish effect on the market, of course, in the end of the day here. Of course, we could be as well look for some kind of a pattern getting formed here, because yeah, we could be maybe potentially look, of course, for an horizontal resistance line and an upward sloping support range. And of course, this upward sloping support line is going to be critical to hold on towards. And of course, if we're going to form this kind of a pattern, of course, an ascending triangle is usually a typical more of a bullish bias candle from candlestick formation. But of course, as soon as you're going to form these candlestick formations in a downtrend, you tend to more frequently break towards the downside with these patterns again. So yeah, it's going to be quite crucial to see how it's going to be performing like right now. But of course, I lately saw, of course, some very interesting stuff happening, of course. Let me quickly go back towards this previous chart. I want to quickly go over this chart indeed. But yeah, what I've seen lately as well here, and first of all, we can still as well look to the upward sloping support line that can be still provide us very good support. And of course, if we're going to go down towards that level, there will be a very strong buying slash trading slash accumulation range here. But we could be, of course, approach this chart also a little bit differently. Of course, we could be approaching it from downward sloping resistance line from the highs here. This could be an approach that you're going to take, because yeah, like you can see in the daily time frame, this level still it does not officially got broken, and because of that, we're still looking to be trading in a very significant downtrend. And of course, you could be approaching it like some kind of a parallel channel, right? So you're trading in a very significant downward sloping trend here on the daily time frame, and as long as we're trading within this trend here, yeah, we're trading in, of course, in a significant downtrend. So as long as we're not going to be breaking the top side of this resistance, we're going to still getting suppressed in the market. And like I told everyone earlier today already, I do think that this will be remaining in December like this year, and January could be a little bit more of the positive month here. So please take your give the market a little bit more time here. So the thing that I really wanted to be talking about as well in the daily time frame is like a potential strength regain right now, because yeah, we have been right now forming, of course, we have been forming lower highs here on the market over here. So lower high, lower high, lower high, and right now we're forming the first low really in the market, and this could be, of course, for sure a potential higher low in the getting formed in the market, what could be eventually lead towards an uptrend getting started on the daily time frame. So doesn't necessarily have to be extremely bad here. In my opinion, we just have to wait and see on how today and tomorrow are going to be unfolding, and especially how we're going to be entering the new year. So should not say all too much yet here. We do know that the strength is definitely increasing on momentum indicators. Well, priority section is still forming a lower low, so yeah, reversal still going to stay extremely close here. I'm going to still keep accumulating further on in towards my trade here, and of course you could do whatever you feel comfortable with here. You could do whatever you want to be doing right now, but for me, my strategy will be sticking the same here. My strategy will be, and like I told, of course, everyone already about several times here, is accumulate the most amount of Bitcoin here in the trend down, in the trend up. It doesn't matter, but of course I right now already got an entry of 300 in a position of $320,000 if the market is going to come a little bit lower than this point, I will be accumulate further on in towards my trade. But if we're not going to come down anymore, yeah, I will be just benefit from it on the way it right now is here. So yeah, that is going to be my strategy, like I explained already several times. But there could be as well a very big chance that Bitcoin is going to create a V-shaped recovery here. So I do look forward towards it, and I'm going to keep my eyes wide open on the chart together with you guys out there here on the channel. Of course, yesterday was quite an exciting day as well here. We formed this wick over here. I thought, yeah, this is going to be a strong wick, but afterwards we still came down to continue with the downtrend further on from that point, and I would like to see such a wick once again getting created here on today's candles. So far it looks to be that Bitcoin is bouncing back a little bit here. Like I explained at the beginning of the video, I would love to see the market going to come down a little bit further on, because that could be enabling, of course, bullish divergence getting formed on the 1 hour candles, and that's the thing that I should love to do. So let me quickly check up on the chat here. Let me see. Can you draw two lines at 52k and 46k over the last 12 months here? Of course I can do so, my man. Let me go over the weekly time frame for a second then. Can you draw lines between at 52k and 46k? Let me quickly see. 52k over the last 12 months. I don't know exactly what you mean with it. Last night it was just long and short. I mean, I don't know exactly what you mean with that low trend line where you're talking about. I mean, for the trend line, the weekly time frames is of course an extremely strong trend line towards the upside. So far still providing the support here. Swings are low right now. Indeed, the swings are particularly low here, and as well the funding rates, guys, are extremely low. So it does give us a lot of positive signs right now. I always say, like, we have to focus on the things we can change and not the things like that are negative right now. So good morning, Crypto Rover. It does look similar like the 14th of June. I mean, I always say here, every single correction, every single market move has its unique standpoints. Only things could be, of course, a little bit similar, but every single drop off is in fact unique here. And of course, I could compare it towards several movements in the market, but eventually it will always be unique itself here. But yeah, I mean, I just told everyone before, like on the daily time frame, if we're going to zoom out right now, yeah, it is of course looking a little bit more bearish. It's this daily candle we got over there, but eventually this could still enable a major high or low structure getting formed here on the market. This could be the beginning. So we just have to be a little bit reevaluating on how today is going to be created here. You had the lines already. Resistance support lines. Please send me something on Twitter with a photo, because for me it's very hard to understand what you exactly mean here. It looks like a lot like last summer. I mean, last summer it was of course pretty similar. Of course, I mean, we could be compare these kinds of drop-offs to each other, but of course everything will be show some similarities. But of course, in the end of the day, everything has its unique points. Everything has its unique points here. So yeah, you could be maybe look at March here. Similar things here. We came down pretty quickly from of that. First breakout attempts failed. I mean, yeah, usually first breakout attempts does fail, of course. Like we had it over here, and of course I saw a chart from someone, and of course I thought, okay, this looks pretty interesting, this chart, but like we could be as well approach it differently. Let me correctly show you what I mean. We could be approaching this differently, like here. So we could be as well approach it like this here with the upper sloping support line. That the market, of course, formed this first initial correction, we came up, and then we're going to form a second initial correction, take a little bit longer, and then moon. That could be as well very possible that it's going to be playing out like that. But for that it's still we still have to wait a little bit longer here. So let's see how that's going to be playing out here. Maybe this is going to be a scenario that we could be looking at. The market is first going to come down a little bit further before we're going to be seeing more moon. So I mean, for us, I think we should be taking this time for granted, and I see this time as a very, very lucky time that we right now have here, because I'm accumulating more tokens, I'm accumulating more in towards my trades, and I'm loving it because I like to be buying cheap Bitcoin, and I still have some tether aside, and I will be definitely using my tether right now to be accumulate a little bit further in towards this dip right here. So I'm very happy that I do have this tether still aside here, and I will be accumulating a little bit of tokens with it right now here, literally right now. So I do look forward towards how that is going to be playing out right now here. So I mean, for me, in the end of the day, of course, for everyone has their own strategies with what they're going to do with their tokens or what they're going to do with the crypto. But yeah, you could be, of course, make the decision to sell the dip right now, or you could be approaching it a different way around here. That's for sure a thing you can do. Oh, my sound is very loud. My sound is extremely loud. King Crypto King donating to the chat here. Because of taxes, everyone wants Bitcoin to the end year very low. Also, please, if you could take a look at the 1-inch price. And that is true here. Due to taxes, everyone wants the Bitcoin price extremely low for the end of the year, because the taxation will be happening at the end of the year. So yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense that whales are suppressing the price action of Bitcoin. And most likely this suppression of, the suppression of the price action is going to be ending at the end of the month here. So yeah, I do look forward towards how it is going to be playing out right now. And hopefully, yeah, we could be going through this journey all together. So yeah, I do look forward towards it. I do very much look forward towards it. June, July, indeed. So let me go for 1 inch for a second here. Let me open a real quick new chart here. Let me go for 1 inch. I think it's just important to discuss, and of course we should be taking advantage from it. That they want to be suppressing the price here, because they want to be suppressing the price right now, is allowing you, of course, for a little bit of cheaper accumulation, of course. So I mean, I've been looking at 1 inch several times here, and like you can see here, resistance on the highs as well here, and like you can see, we got rejected by this range over here, because yeah, it was particularly strong resistance from the past, once again, providing very strong resistance right now here. So yeah, that was a pretty significant correction that we got on the market. If we're going to compare it from the highs towards the lows that we are going towards, we came down approximately 75% here, 74% from the high to the low. So there was a particularly crazy correction towards the downside, and hopefully this is going to be settled down a little bit from this point. Of course, last time around this has been showing us very strong accumulation ranges, and in general, this green box all over has been a very good average buy price, because like you can see here, this is, of course, buying against a particular fair valuation and a particularly cheap valuation. So I do look forward towards what we're going to see here, and I do look forward towards on how 1 inch is going to be performing from up this point here. So yeah, it does look pretty decent right now here. 2050 cents is pretty good accumulation range here if you're going to compare it on where it is trading on earlier, like in October. It was literally trading 200% higher. So, yeah, we came down pretty heavily again, but I do approach this as an extremely strong level of a range where you could be accumulating on. Of course, you can see as well this top side range here is providing resistance. So basically how we could be approaching this is that we are once again trading in this range high, range low range here. And of course, as long as we're not breaking to either direction, we're not necessarily going to call where the market is heading towards, because yeah, as long as we're trading in the middle of this range, we're going to trade in the middle of this range here. So that's the thing I do look forward towards. Couldn't DM you, but put in the comment on your last post about Cardano. Of course, I will be quickly go over so I can see what you're talking about. I see. You're talking about this another sound. So let me go to the daily time frame for Bitcoin right now here. Let me remove the drawings for a second here. And you were talking about these lines over here. These are very critical ranges here that you could be looking at. Of course, the trend line here on the top side will provide very strong resistance over there, and what provided a major rejection on the market. But you're looking. a little bit lower. You place it over here, so it comes together with these lines. So I mean, yeah, I will be approaching this level as a very strong resistance, of course. And let me see. You also mentioned the lows over here, and of course that's basically this range here. So yeah, we are indeed trading in this very significant range over here on the market. But indeed, this is an important range to look at. And of course, we're right now just in a consolidation / reaccumulation phase. But like we have a stage in this year. We had the stage over here. And this stage in the year was like reaccumulation at approximately prices between 29k and 40k. Here we had reaccumulation at prices between 40k and 46k. And right now we are having reaccumulation at 52k towards 46k. So I mean, if you can't spot the trend, I can easily say it for you. But the trend is very simple to identify right now, because the trend is your friend till it ends here. And of course, we have been seeing several reaccumulation phases in the market, and head and shoulders forming on the daily. I don't really necessarily see a head and shoulder. I mean, yeah, you could be approaching like from of this here and head and shoulders. You could be approaches like in head and shoulders, but I mean that's not really the way on how I am currently approaching it. And of course, I don't see it as a very significant head and shoulders, because I would like to see, of course, the market go a little bit higher for this head and shoulders, you know. So no, I always say it as well several times before. Head and shoulders with oversold big support lines are usually not very strong trend signals that you're getting on the market. So today, we are clearly seeing, of course, reaccumulation trends are turning higher and higher and higher again. So, I mean, you could do whatever you want here, but of course, the longer you are going to wait with accumulating Bitcoin, that's how I approach this, of course. The longer you're going to wait with accumulating your Bitcoin, the higher in the higher accumulation range you're buying, of course, eventually. So, of course, basically, this is the reaccumulation phase ended over here. But like you can see, there's a similar amount of time between these ranges here. Like over here, it was on approximately 46 days, and let me see over here, and here was a little bit longer, was it 50 days. So there's an approximately same period of time between these ranges here of new reaccumulation. And of course, as soon as the reaccumulation ends for Bitcoin, or yeah, depending on when it will be ending, of course, we're going to be looking, of course, at a more significant sustainable an uptrend getting formed again on the market. So looking forward towards it, about how it's going to be doing right now and how it's going to be performing on this current trend here. So I mean, yeah, we could be approached as well the reaccumulation trend already getting started over here. And of course, this one is like, I should be doing it like this here, right? So this makes a little bit more sense here. I think, yeah, we could be approaching like the reaccumulation trend is getting started over here, because this is where the significant correction started here for Bitcoin. But yeah, you can see we have these correction phases in the market approximately every 2 months here. So it is likely that we're going to have it again. And we do know when it is going to be ending, but let's say it's going to be ending next week here. It's going to be ending in January. We could be expecting that we're going to be seeing a bullish market period for the coming 2 months ahead of ourselves, for the coming 40 to 50 days again. So that is how I should be approaching it, and we could be seeing a lot of bullishness in that time. But of course, as soon as we're going to be pumping towards the upside again, as soon as we're going to come up again, we're going to probably create a lot of euphoria again. But of course, once we're going to be going up here, we're going to come down eventually again, and we're going to once again reaccumulate. And of course, in that reaccumulation phase, we're probably going to stick once again a little bit higher. Every single time we're reaccumulating for Bitcoin, we're standing a little bit higher. So we're doing a very strong job right now in the market in general. I mean, I can easily spot the trend currently with what we're doing, but these reaccumulation phases are coming more often, of course, and that's likely in a mature market, because yeah, Bitcoin is becoming a pretty mature market. You could do whatever you want right now. You could do whatever you want, and of course make up your own decisions, but I see this as a reaccumulation phase, and of course I'm going to be benefiting from it by reaccumulating a very strong long position. So, let me see what the chat is saying. Hold your Bitcoin, it will be fine. If you can't stand the heat, stay out of the kitchen. I mean, that's how I approach this well here. I mean, if you can't handle the dump, you don't deserve the pump. That is how I approach it. If you can't handle the dump, you don't deserve the pump, you know. We'll revisit the wick at 42k. I mean, that is also a thing that Rhino is really coming up again here. Everyone talking about the revisiting of the 42k wick, and of course on the top side, no one was talking about it. I think, yeah, there's definitely a possibility that we're going to do so, but is it likely to happen? No, I do not think so. So no, it's not going to be my main scenario, but like I said every single time before already, I'm prepared for accumulating a trade all the way down here towards those ranges. So for me, in the end of the day, it doesn't necessarily going to be matter all too much here about where we're heading towards from of this point, of course. So I do look forward towards it about where we are going to be getting towards here in the coming hours, coming days, basically, for Bitcoin. For me, it's going to be an extremely exciting journey here. Because, yeah, I do look forward towards accumulating further in towards this trading position. And if the market is necessarily going to come much lower, yeah, I will be trying to, of course, benefit from it by accumulating further in towards my position. So, yeah, it's going to be a very good one. Going to be a very, very good one right now. Let me reload this chart here. I think it's a little bit laggy. So, yeah. Of course, further market is going to come down, the more we are going to be benefiting from it. And that's, of course, the most loveliest part about this whole cryptocurrency market here in general. Please don't spam in the chat here, but of course, we'll be going over VPAD for a second, because VPAD has been absolutely exploding, guys. We do know it. And I mean, if we're going to look at what VPAD is currently doing, I mean, it's absolutely crazy. VPAD trading on $2.03 today here. This token, of course, got launched on 3 cents here, and since of that point, it moved up so significantly and so sustainably as well here. I mean, this is absolutely crazy, of course, what we have been seeing over here. VPAD, of course, continuously going up and up and up, and like you can see here, I mean, I can easily spot the trend here. Yesterday it was going absolutely parabolic here, but today it's once again continuing its trend towards the upside. So, I mean, I feel very good for everyone who's holding the token. I mean, we're making very strong gains here on the market. It currently has a fully diluted market cap, guys. Look at this, of $2 billion US. So there is quite a lot of money invested in the project, and of course we can see there's right now more than 20 million 20 million VPAD tokens getting staked, what basically equals a valuation 20 million tokens of course 20 million times 2, because 2 is of course currently the price of the token, what is of course currently 40 million US dollars that is currently getting staked here. So quite a lot of staked money right now in the project, and that is also resulting in, of course, the price action really getting suppressed of sell pressure. And it's absolutely crazy what we're currently experiencing, and because more and more people want to be staking their tokens, because the benefits from staking your tokens is that you are going to get, of course, these allocations on these projects is going to be extremely valuable, because that's the reason why people are going to be inevitably stake their tokens, because they want to be getting access towards these tokens, of course. So I do look forward towards about what it is going to be doing in the coming days ahead of ourselves, but of course I do easily believe that this token could go towards levels around $5, because yeah, first of all, it's trending everywhere. And second of all, so much valuation is getting staked. It is like crazy. 39 million US dollars in value staked currently in the VPAD launchpad, of course, what is absolutely mind-blowing, of course. We do get, of course, an approximately 13,000 unique stakers. What is also quite a lot here, 13,000 people, uniquely stakers in the web, of course, development. So that's pretty crazy what we currently can see here on the project. So hopefully, yeah, it could be making us even more gains here, because yeah, Rhino trading already on such high levels here of $2 and $2.03 is of course absolutely mind-blowing, of course, in my opinion. So yeah, we are, I mean, at least I am looking forward towards what we're going to get from up this point here, and I hopefully look forward towards how where we will be standing in the coming days ahead of ourselves here. So let me see. Who was silly enough to sell it 4 cents? I mean, there was some people that did sell here on the 4 cents. So that's pretty crazy if you did sell at the beginning. But I mean, for people that like got in early, you make such good gains here. And so guys, talking about good gains here, and like talking about the V launch chart here. I mean, we're going to have probably similar things here with Kasta here, because Kasta is going to come out here in like 6 days. The subscription is going to start here on Bybit. So for everyone wondering right now, I am going to, of course, benefit from this launchpad, a Bybit launchpad here, because if you're going to stake your tokens here, once the subscription starts here, you could stake your BitDAO tokens here on Bybit, and then you could be getting your access here towards this allocation. I will be doing so. So guys, I mean, if you want to be making similar gains here, because if we're going to look at VPAD, it did, of course, from its initial launch here, from where it is trading on right now, it did a 65x here. That is absolutely mind-blowing. That's absolutely crazy, of course, what it did. A 65x is nuts, of course. 65x your initial investment. You could get the same here with Kasta. Kasta could bring you the same returns, because Kasta is as well exactly the same. In terms of how much easy it could do this multiplier. So if you want to be getting access towards buying in towards an allocation on Kasta, make sure to go to the Bybit launchpad. Of course, it's going to get started in 6 days from now on, so you don't necessarily have to go right now. But what I should suggest here is, guys, to already make an account here on Bybit, because if you're right now going to make your account on Bybit, you could be, of course, preparing everything, so you will not be too late here with having no funds on your account or whatsoever. So if you want to be, and if you're interested in Kasta, in the project itself here, make sure to check out the link in the description, because there you could be signing up with Bybit, and you could already set up your account here, where you could be, of course, buy your Kasta tokens with, because Kasta is, of course, going to get listed and rolled out here as well in the coming month here in January. So January is going to be absolutely nuts. It's going to be absolutely mind-blowing. I do look forward towards on how what we're going to be doing here with of course the month of January, of course, because it's going to be an absolutely crazy month. It's going to be an epic month, I could say here. So yeah, for me, I definitely do look forward towards the coming month ahead of ourselves right now, because yeah, we could be benefit from this this IEO, this initial exchange offering here for Kasta. And of course, if we look to like different projects like Run here, Run is also a project that got launched here on the Bybit network. Run, let me quickly see what kind of logo it has here. I will be quickly show you guys. Run node here, is it? So it's Run node. Oh, it's not over here. I do know it's a coin market cap Run node. So let me quickly check up here. Is this the project we're talking about? No, it's not this project, I think. I mean, this last project, I checked it last time around here. It's already done. Oh wait, this is not I will quickly search it up for tomorrow, for tomorrow's stream. The other projects that were getting listed here on the Bybit launchpad, basically all did at least a 40 to 50x here. So these other tokens that did a 40 to 50x on the launchpad of Bybit is pretty crazy. So I'm looking forward towards what Kasta is going to do. So this is going to do 50x. That is absolutely crazy, because yeah, just like VPAD did like a 65x, yeah, Kasta could easily do the same here. So yeah, pretty crazy what we could be doing here. How much Kasta will they give at launch? I mean, Pixel, that really depends here, because this is going to be, okay, look at this. There's going to be an there's a total allocated 25 million Kasta tokens for the launch for everyone who is willing to be buying in towards it. So the more people that are going to be buying in towards the launchpad, the less you can get here. So it really depends on how many people are going to be participating in the launchpad. The more people that are going to be participating in the launchpad, the less Kasta tokens you will be able to get, of course. So yeah, I am looking forward towards where we're going to be trending, and I look forward towards where we're going to be head towards, of course. So it could be, of course, extremely exciting, of course, what we're going to get from up this point here. But I do look forward towards what we are about to get, of course, from up this point here. I do, of course, look forward towards what we're going to get here, because yeah, personally, I do think it's going to be a very good performing token, and it's going to be most likely bringing us a lot of good returns here on the market. So let me quickly see what the chat is currently saying here. Will you check Casper? It looks like very good accumulation. Can you explain the Bybit deposit bonus for us? No YouTuber ever do that. I'm trying to decide whose codes to use. It's very simple, because if you deposit your funds on Bybit, you're getting a 4% deposit bonus. So let's say you're depositing 10,000. Let's say you're depositing 100 euros. You're going to get 4 euros extra in deposit bonus. If you're depositing 1,000 euros, dollars, you're going to get $40 in deposit bonus. So it's basically 4% of what you deposit you get to your account, and I think you have to claim it in the reward hub here, because you don't get it automatically. You have to claim it in the reward hub. So that's basically how it works. It's very simple to check out, of course. And guys, I will be as well on the token launch of Kasta. I will be doing as well, doing a massive giveaway on the market over there. Because yeah, I will be trying to give away some extra tokens as soon as we're going to roll out, of course, because I want to be giving something back to you guys out there as well. But Bitcoin, of course, closed a new 1 hour candle. Not necessarily an extremely interesting hourly candle close here. Of course, not a lot of things has been happening over here. Just a very small amount of volatility entered on this candle. So I would love to see some more volatility to either direction. Of course, I mean, I want to be seeing the market either going down a little bit further, so I could be accumulating around at those levels around 44,000 US dollars again, or either, of course, the market to go a little bit higher from this point. So I look forward towards what we're going to have here once again. Why are you looking so stressed? I'm not looking so stressed, bro. I don't know where you get that from. You also have a price target for VPAD. I don't necessarily have a price target, to be very honest. I mean, more for like, where do I see VPAD heading towards in the coming months ahead of ourselves? And of course, if we're going to talk about the coming months ahead of ourselves, do I really see V launch coming down here? Well, they are going to list way more tokens on it that you can only get in towards through staking those tokens of VPAD. I do not really see a clear reason why it should come down right now here. It doesn't make a lot of sense that it is going to come down from at this point. Magicraft, I don't know what I think about it, man. I don't know what I think about it. I have not looked at the exchange offering, to be honest, so I don't know exactly what I think about it, man. But yeah, currently ongoing project, of course. Rainmaker also got launched here, and let me see what Rainmaker, of course, did here. Like Rainmaker, let me go towards CoinGecko. Let me go to CoinGecko and look at Rainmaker, what kind of multiplayer it did. And like Rainmaker, of course, right now 11% down here. I don't know where it was initially getting launched on. I don't know what the initial launch price was here, of course. So let me see. Markets, where it was getting listed on. It was getting listed on Uniswap. So let me quickly check up here on what like the multiplier of this token was here. Because I mean, we do know that like the tokens that are getting listed here on VLaunch is currently have an average all-time high ROI of 36x. So that is pretty crazy what we saw there. And that's just like crazy work that they put out, of course, right? So yeah, like this token got launched on like let me see, a few cents approximately. Let me say to the 12-hour time frame. Let me do 4 hour. Let me do 4 hours. Easier to see, I think. So this token as well got listed for a pretty, they easily did a 30x, I think, if I say it correctly, this token. Oh wait, why can't I see the price section? Yeah, I can't very easily check it. But of course, the average ROI towards all-time highs here is 36x. So 36x is pretty big. So I mean, yeah, for me, it doesn't make any sense to not be bullish on it right now. And I mean, the more value is going to get staked in the project, the more less sell pressure there basically is going to be. And for me right now, the reason why we're moving up in such kind of a trend here, like you can see over here, is because there's almost no sell pressure, because it's a good project that provides value, and that's the whole point for it. This was a watch for the sale taxes in USA. Rob Zombie, that's exactly what we think as well here. This is a sale washout, and of course this is a washout for the taxes here, because taxation happening here in the end of December, and they don't want to pay a lot for that taxation. So expect moon in January, expect price suppression in December. That's of course what I do get here. It was free on VLaunch. I do get 400 for a price. I don't know exactly what you mean. VPAD price December 2022. I mean, that's going to be crazy, man, where it's going to be standing at that point. Of course, depending on how much hype there is on the whole cryptocurrency industry, it's going to be that's going to be all depending on it, of course. Bro, I just hope we can get another dump for Bitcoin. We can dump Bitcoin and just get over with it. I mean, bro, what are you saying? Let me quickly go over Ethereum. Ethereum, what are you doing today? So Ethereum, of course, came down pretty significantly again. Ethereum did broke the upper sloping support line that we have been watching for a while here. This was basically a very important trend to be keeping our eyes on, right? So you can see it bounced from it. And then we failed to hold on towards it, and we came down pretty significantly in a pretty rapid pace, you know. So pretty interesting times what we did saw there with Ethereum here on the market, coming down so quickly, having such a significant correction in the market. But yeah, right now, of course, we can clearly see here we're finding a bottom again here, and it looks to be that we're stabilizing the price action a little bit. We are currently oversold on the 4-hourly time frame, but it's pretty interesting because if we're going to come down again, we're most likely going to form a regular bullish divergence. But indeed, we came down pretty quickly. Let me as well go over the daily time frame for Ethereum. Ethereum once again going below our critical range of support here, so that's pretty unfortunate to see. So to be very honest, they're currently still forming a higher low than the low here before, and we're forming a low on the price section. So we are forming a bullish divergence on the daily time frame. But of course, nothing is confirmed yet because this our daily candle is not closed yet. So yeah, Ethereum is just losing a lot of strength here, and of course, exactly, it's losing strength against Bitcoin. I mean, yeah, last 4 or 5 days it has been standing a little bit neutral, but so far Ethereum against Bitcoin is in its sideways action period. Ethereum against Bitcoin is in this, of course, reaccumulation phase here. So I hopefully do expect, I mean, I do expect, and I hopefully want to be seeing this as well playing out, is that Ethereum is going to go for another retest, and of course it's going to be bouncing back. Of course, if Ethereum is going to be failing to hold on this green box here, it's going to be falling below it. I could see Ethereum coming down and retest, of course, this downward sloping trend line, and of course I drew it perfectly right, incorrectly right now, perfectly. So then I do see the market coming down towards this downward sloping trend line here, and of course if we're going to retest this trend line, this could be providing, of course, some initial support again. I do look forward towards how that is going to be playing out from up that point, of course, and hopefully we could be seeing a very strong bounce with that that level getting formed over there. Of course, still looking at a very crucial downward sloping trend line that is going to get formed from up this point here. I do look forward towards how that is going to be playing out as well for us on the market right now. But indeed, that could be, of course, a particularly strong level of support and resistance that we are going to be approaching here on this market. So yeah, I do look forward towards what we're going to be having here. But downslope of resistance line, as soon as we do break this on Ethereum compared to Bitcoin valuation, yeah, we could be then from off that point look a little bit stronger again. But as long as we're not doing so, we're not going to look as strong as we were in the beginning of this trend, of course. But mainly what I do think is a little bit unfortunate is that we're failing below the green box again here. But yeah, we could be as well approaching like this here. But of course, at the end of the day here, we still have some very critical resistance to break here as well from the top side over here. It just looks extremely exciting. Of course, I mean, if I'm taking a very clear opinion and a very clear approach again towards this market, I can look at this downward sloping support range, of course, over here. Downward sloping support range from here on, and downward sloping resist line from the highs over here. And this could be, of course, look at some kind of a falling wedge structure. Of course, falling wedge structure looking, and is, of course, a typical bullish bias reversal structure. So that's, of course, a little bit more bullish, of course, that we do have right now for the market. So, I mean, yeah, we could be looking at this structure as well here in the market. I do look forward towards breaking out here on this top side of resistance. But yeah, this looks quite interesting, to be very honest here. This looks quite interesting, of course, to be very honest. And I do really look forward towards what we're going to get from up this point. So yeah, we could be approach as well this market like so. But yeah, Ethereum forming a huge falling wedge structure. In my opinion, this is going to be a coin that you want to be buying towards. I mean, this is consolidation that you see on the daily time frame, but this is not consolidation that you see every single day, you know. So I personally think we're going to create similar things here like before. Like, we formed a very big falling wedge structure, if you don't know already. Here before in the market on Ethereum. So here we formed one as well, and this one, of course, resulted in a massive breakout towards the upside. Here we formed as well a massive falling wedge structure on Ethereum, and of course we as well saw a massive continuation towards the upside. So I mean, I will be trying to benefit from the market scenario, how it is currently looking, and of course, since we're right now creating such kind of a major falling wedge structure, I think I just should be of course benefit from it right now, because yeah, we're just forming so many things here in the chart that is just so obvious to see about what we are breaking towards. But still, there are going to be people that are right now going to take their profits off the table. We do know it's December, and these people want to be suppressing the prices because of the taxes, of course, guys. Please ring the bell, and of course not only at your forehead, but as well on the channel, guys. If you haven't already, ring the bell notification right now. Of course, subscribe as well towards the channel, and of course smash up that subscribe button, and of course like the video, of course, will be truly amazing. But I mean, it's going to be very obvious about what we're about to do here from this point here. Bitcoin and Ethereum all in reaccumulation phases, major falling wedge structures. This is going to be leading towards massive breakouts, and I can't wait for it, and I'm ready for it, of course. So as well, Bitcoin on daily time frame, we're doing exactly the same basically. So there's nothing real big differently about it right now here. Of course, we just took a different approach on this market, like from the highs over here, because yeah, we could be approaching Bitcoin from this trend line of resistance from the highs over there. Excuse me, not like that, just like so. So we could be approach Bitcoin like trend lines from here on, and of course that could be lead towards a very interesting price action that we're going to get here in the coming days ahead of ourselves. So yeah, you could be approaching it like upper stomach support range like this, upper stomach support line, downward stomach resistance line. It could be resulted a significant breakout anytime soon. But yeah, I mean it is likely to as well expect major market volatility in like the coming days, and of course. What we saw yesterday is not major market volatility, because yesterday we saw like 7 or 5% move. Yeah, 6% move here. Of course, it's a pretty big move, but not so big like we are going to be seeing here most likely. So, yeah, we're trading on very interesting times here, and yeah, we could be approaching this trend in a lot of different views we could be having on it, right? So we could be looking, of course, at downward stomach support range, upper stomach support line, etc., etc. So we could be having a lot of different approaches right now on this market. But the main thing to look at right now is the resistance, because the resistance is, in my opinion, the most clear, because you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touch points approximately on this trend line, and as soon as we do break this trend line, we're going to look extremely good here. Welcome to the bear market. Deal with it now. I mean, the definition of a bear market is something completely different, and of course we do know that the month of December is getting used to suppress the price action, because that will be suppressing the taxation for the whole year of next year, of course. So let's see what we're going to get here. Is usually tether or bit now needed to be buying the Kasta release? I think, if I say it correctly, it's going to be a bit DAO that you're going to be needing for the Kasta release. I don't know for sure, but I mean, that's also a thing you could be doing after the count, and probably it will become some more information about it here in the future. But I think bit DAO, because like you can see here, all the previous projects all had bit DAO committed towards them. So I think it's going to be bit DAO, and I think, yeah, Kasta is going to be, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be extremely exciting, but like you can see here, the number of participants usually is around the 50,000 people that are joining these Bybit launchpad tokens, and I think Kasta is going to be the biggest here they've ever had here, because like the hype between and around Kasta is like crazy. I think there are going to be thousands and thousands of people joining the Kasta launch here, and of course, if you do want to be getting in towards the Kasta launch yourself as well, guys, make sure to check up, of course, make sure to sign up your account on Bybit right now here, because I mean, this one is not the one that you're going to be want to be missing, of course. Like, if you can see, as you can see, the first one bit down itself 25,000 participants, and I mean, the trend has been basing up very significantly. Right now, of course, I can't wait to see how many people and how many number of participants are going to be joining this this one, but it is going to be extremely exciting, guys. It's going to be extremely exciting. Of course, it's going to get listed through Bybit, so the only way that you can be, let's say, buy cheap Kasta right now, guys, for everyone who's interested in it, it's going to be through Bybit. So if you want to be signing up, make sure to check the link in the description right now, because yeah, it's going to be worth it, and yeah, the faster you set up your account, the more settled you will be, of course. So very, very exciting here what we do have over here. I do look forward towards what we're going to get here. If you think we're in a bear market, then the market makers have already beaten you. I mean, indeed, if you think we're in a bear market, I think, yeah, indeed, the market makers have beat you, because if you think that, you're probably selling off your tokens, and you're probably selling, of course, you are selling the dip here. And of course, a strategy that doesn't suit me here is sell the dip, buy the high, because that's not part of my strategy. You know how my strategy works here is that I buy in towards the fear, I buy in towards negative winning rates, and then I'm going to make massive profits, because as long as there's more quantity trading short than long, it shows me the chance of a short squeeze is bigger, and it shows me more people are bearish. And if more people are bearish and more people are in fear, I will be, of course, be bullish on the whole market. So that's basically how it works from my side here. But I do very, very much look forward towards how this is going to be performing near the end of the day. But guys, anyways, Bitcoin was $8,000 a year ago. I mean, that's still a little bit longer. But yeah, indeed, Bitcoin was not a year ago. It was not trading on 8,000. But I mean, a year ago, it traded significantly lower indeed. So I mean, a year ago it was trading on 20k, if I say it correctly. So December the 29th here, it was trading on 25k. So 25k, I mean, right now we're almost 2 times as high as that year. And of course the year before, in like 2019 in December, we were trading on 7,000 US dollars. So I mean, I can spot a trend. I mean, I don't know if you can, but I mean, you right now have a whole year in front of you. And of course, I showed you this very interesting tweet last time around here, where I was of course thinking about the first price on January the 1st. Of course in 2021 it was Bitcoin 29k, Ethereum $700 approximately, Solana $1.65, Luna 65 cents, and Matic 1.8 cents here. So I mean, right now we could be investing for another whole year. Of course, don't look back to the past, because the past you can't change it anymore, but look at the future, because the future are things you can still change here. So yeah, how I will be approaching it right now is that I'm going to be looking for my whole year of investing again, and of course I'm ready for 2022 here. Said several times before, I mean, I'm getting extremely excited about it, of course, right now here. Yeah, it looks particularly interesting over here. What are you going to be investing is going to be the question. I mean, Bitcoin, Ethereum, big assets, always been around already. Of course, Solana, Luna, Matic, real big run-ups, of course, that made massive gains here. But basically, Ethereum and Bitcoin did more than a 4.5. I mean, Ethereum did more than 4.5x here approximately in a year. Ethereum did more than 1.5x here already since the last time around. So yeah, it's definitely full with opportunities, and 2022 is going to be big, especially because the inflation will keep rising in 2022, guys. So the whole point why you should be investing, in my opinion, of course, do your own research, base your opinion, make your own opinion. But the whole reason why I'm right now investing in Bitcoin is because the inflations are not going to get fixed here. Next year, we're going to once again have a lot of inflation. We're going to still have these rates above 6% of inflation, and that is crazy. That is crazy what we're seeing. That's the reason why I'm investing in Bitcoin, because I don't buy Bitcoin because I think it's I don't buy Bitcoin because yeah, why don't I buy Bitcoin? That's a very good question, but I do buy Bitcoin because I hedge against inflation. I hedge against inflation because that's my strategy. I don't want to be hodling dollars. I don't want to do those. But by the way, Bitcoin is coming a little bit down here. Pretty interesting candle, to be honest, that's currently getting formed there. Pretty big correction on just a matter of 1 minute, of course. So yeah, 0.3% correction in just a matter of 1 minute. I mean, the market is moving again here. That's pretty interesting to see. So, and of course, like I told everyone before, I do like to see, of course, the market. I mean, it's moving right now pretty significantly, but what I do want to be seeing the market doing right now today is indeed that it is going to form a little bit of its lower low right now on this candle. Because if Bitcoin could be, let's say, form a significant lower low right now here, let's say go down towards 47k here, closest 1 hour candle over there, it's going to create a massive bullish divergence, and that's a thing that I do look forward towards here. But this is of course a pretty big 1 minute red candle, of course, that we did formed on this market. But like I told in the beginning of the stream, I would love to see the market going a little bit lower, because if the market is right now coming a little bit lower, we could be creating this bearish divergence. Well, for me, could be of course quite exciting to be looking at, of course. So indeed, Bitcoin is coming down here. Yeah, I see it in the chat here. Where do you see the market going? I do think the market is going to stay suppressed here till of course beginning end of December. So for the coming 2 days, I think the market is going to stay suppressed. To be honest, do you want to hear my real prediction? I think the market is going to be extremely boring for the coming, let's say, 2 days here. I think the coming 2 days we're going to see similarities between like this range over here. I think we're going to just do maybe something like this here, and then we could be, of course, going to be in January already, and then we're going to start to be skyrocketing. So I look forward towards it. And the reason why we are saying January is probably the month that we're going to start skyrocketing, because there's no suppression, because taxation is already done, and of course institutions will be starting to be buying again in January. So I look forward towards it, of course. So there's going to be a lot of sell pressure right now towards the market, and of course the FOMO, I mean not the FOMO, but the fear is really kicking in further on, and the FUD as well, and of course the people are standing up. And of course we do know, if we're going to look back here, and of course that's the reason why I'm here, and the reason why I want to be educating you guys here, if we're looking back at every single time we have been in figure. It has been a good buy in Bitcoin. It has been a good buy in crypto, and hopefully, what I truly hope right now is that we could be seeing another very significant fast correction down here to, let's say, 44k or so. So I could be accumulating a little bit further in towards this market. That's a real big thing I do look forward towards right now here. So hopefully we can see that happening. And Bitcoin is really coming down right now here. What is pretty amazing. And January is going to be crazy indeed, guys. I do look forward towards it. January is going to be an absolutely nuts month here, probably. So, yeah. I mean, who isn't ready for January right now, nowadays, guys? I mean, who isn't ready? That's a real big question we should be asking everyone right now. That's a real big question. So, yeah. We're having a very significant ride right now. Bitcoin coming a little bit down here. I mean, VPAD, I just look at the VPAD chart once again, but $3.05 right now. I mean, that, like, the VPAD is like everything is correcting, but like VPAD isn't stopping here, you know. So VPAD is just absolutely exploding here, left and right. I mean, it's just unstoppable currently, you know. It's absolutely unstoppable right here. Let me see what we're having. Bitcoin 47,450. Pretty significantly down. By the way, funds is bouncing back very strongly. Funds bouncing back very strongly right now. On the recent hours, it came back up pretty significantly again. So pretty cool to see. Pretty cool to see here that you can bouncing back so strongly. But yeah, Bitcoin, of course, we're running going to witness it. But guys, to be very clear, reason why I would like to see Bitcoin coming down a little bit further on towards levels around 47.2k approximately is because I think if we're going to come down right now here, I think we could be seeing an off towards a very significant candle towards the upside, because then we are going to create the first bullish divergence that we have been not creating yet in the downtrend over here. So that's going to be for me pretty important to see so right now, and that's the reason why I would love to see the market coming a little bit further down here. Of course, MACD already creating some several hidden bullish regular bullish divergences, of course, in this market. So I do look forward towards it. Like you can see right now on the Rover trends chart here, bullish divergence on the MACD right now getting formed here. But we're going to be witnessing this chart a little bit further on here in details. Let's make it a little bit less big here. So we're going to look at the chart right now here. We're going to see how it's going to be playing out. So I mean, the volatility is really turning off here today, so not a lot of volatility enabled. We'll alert on Twitter. What was the alert? Tell me. VPAD is my new token. I mean, VPAD is indeed exploding, so I mean, it's not a bad token. It's not bad. It's your token. I mean, it's all our token. I mean, we're all making good gains of it. So I mean, that's the most loveliest part about it. That's the most loveliest part about it, of course. That we're all making very significant gains, of course. Let me see. Let me see. So guys, let me know if you do have some questions. Should I wait to buy some more? I mean, that's a question that's up to you. It's not a question that's up to us here. I mean, we can't give you any financial advice or whatsoever. Should I buy tokens right now? That's really up to you right now, to be honest. So, I mean, I'm interested. I'm interested about what we're heading towards right now. I'm very much interested. But I mean, I should never go all in. That's what I should say. But of course, I mean, not accumulating the dip is stupid. And of course, I should always approach it like it's a dollar cost average. So the best to do so right now, in my opinion, is to indeed dollar cost average. That's how I will be approaching it right now, to be honest. So I think dollar cost averaging is right now a very good thing you could be starting to be doing. I think that's the best thing to do so right now. If you're going to do that right here, I think it's going to be very strong. Will's on holiday. No, they're not. Yeah, maybe they're together on holiday. I think I will stake my VPAD. I think staking your VPAD is very, very beneficial. Because I mean, for me, I mean, why? I mean, I'm staking my VPAD as well. For me, it doesn't make any sense for not staking my VPAD. You know, for me, it doesn't make a lot of sense here why I shouldn't stake my VPAD right now. Because I mean, first of all, you're getting rewards, and second of all, you're getting access towards more tokens where you could be investing in. So I think it's very smart to be staking your VPAD tokens. I think it's extremely smart to do so. Do you think Bitcoin will do more? There's definitely a chance that we're going to come down towards levels around 47,000 to create this bullish divergence here on the market. And of course, another leg down will be good here because we're going to as well create another bullish divergence on the MACD here. What I think, what I would love to see, of course, in my opinion. What I would love to see, I definitely would love to see that. Yeah, hopefully we could be seeing a minor correction. Rover, do you need to complete the KYC to get the coin web allocation, or will you get the allocation by staking? Of course, I mean, you should keep your eyes wide open on the you should keep your eyes wide open on like what they're saying about it, because they of course bring out certain announcements like you need the premium. You need to do the KYC for this project. Oh, you don't need KYC for this project. That's all what is currently going on here. But yeah, CoinWeb is going to be pretty cool here. It's going to end in 11 hours. So pretty crazy what we do have over there. CoinWeb pretty crazy. How high will Kasta go here? I personally think that Kasta will easily do a 50 XTR at least, in my opinion. Like VPAD right now did like a 65 XTR, but I think VPAD, I think Kasta will do the same here. Stake all VPAD. It's really up to you here what you want to be doing with it. But I mean, staking is very beneficial. So yeah, any predictions for Ethereum 2022? I think Ethereum 2022 is going to be big here because of the proof of work removal and the completely transition towards a proof of stake. So I think 2022 is going to be huge for Ethereum. I think it's going to be pretty huge. So I look forward towards it. It's going to be blowing out in 2022. I definitely look forward towards it. Can you confirm that if you need a BitDAO tokens in your Bybit account to buy Kasta tokens on launch, the Bybit condition state you have a minimum of 50 average? I don't know. I mean, I've not read in towards it, so I can't confirm anything yet here. I mean, I think you can read all the details over here. By the way, if you want to be joining the event, you have to complete KYC level 1 verification for business, or business verification could be as well possible. Yeah, indeed, I can confirm it. Must be equal or greater than 50 and will be rounded up. So you have to at least stake 50 BitDAO, if I say it correctly. But I mean, all the rules and agreements for for getting the Kasta launch into the Kasta launch over here are in front of your screen right now. I mean, you could literally search it up here. Everything is like the terms and conditions are written out over here. As well, the timeline is getting written out of here. So it's going to be there from, let's see, the 31st. Oh, this is a snapshot period to the 4th. So the subscription period is on the 5th of January. And the launch, the new spot pair, Kasta USD Tether, will be going live for trades on the 5th of January to 12 o'clock UTC. So 12 o'clock UTC here, let me quickly check it up for my time. It's 1 o'clock for my time. 12 o'clock. Okay, that's pretty cool. On the 5th of January, of course. So that's a pretty crazy one, guys. Let me know if I should live stream it, of course. Of course, it's an ERC20 token. Total allocated 25 million. Total supply is 1.5 billion. So that's pretty crazy. So yeah, I look forward towards what we're going to get from this point here. Of course, that Twitter account is absolutely exploding. But I mean, yeah, if you want to be buying into the Kasta launchpad, if you want to be buying into the initial exchange offering, make sure to check it out here, because I mean, you can sign your account here on Bybit right now in the link description if you're interested in it. You could be as well get a very significant deposit bonus if you're signing up your account right now. But anyway, yeah, I mean, if you're interested, make sure to set up your account already, and of course make sure to deposit some funds here on your account, because and of course get some BitDAO tokens, because BitDAO is the token that you could be accumulating it with, and of course where you have to be buying it with here. So check it out here. I think it's going to be pretty crazy, of course. It's going to be pretty significantly crazy. Yeah, with the BitDAO tokens. Bro, sure, you can do a live for the launch. I mean, I don't know exactly, because I am on holiday when the launch is there. So I'll have to be real quickly figuring it out on how I'm going to do so. I think Bitcoin will hit 100k in January. I mean, it can go very quickly, so it's not out of the books, you know. I mean, it's Bitcoin. Bitcoin moves up very quickly. It comes down as well very quickly. I think KYC will be very bad for Kasta. I mean, Jack Crypto, you only need KYC for the initial token links for the initial exchange offering. So yeah, if you can't do KYC, you only can't get in the initial token launch. That's the only point. But of course, I do understand that like everyone wants to get in towards the initial token launch, because that's the most important part about it, of course. The initial token launch is of course the most important part to get in towards. So yeah, I mean, maybe it's going to be bad, maybe not, but of course I do not have any influence on it. So I mean, I wish I did have any influence on it, of course. So so let's see how it's going to be playing out over here. Let's see what's going to be playing out. But guys, let me know in the chat if you have anything. Hey Rover, should I sell Bitcoin right now and re-enter to 42k? I mean, that's very irresponsible in my opinion. I mean, why should you sell your Bitcoin right now? You're selling the dip. You're taking a certain risk for selling off your Bitcoin right now, for potentially buying it back a little bit cheaper. I mean, I think that is too high risk for the potential rewards that you're going to get with it. I should approach it differently. I should just accumulate once we're going to go further down here. For me, if I'm going to sell off all my Bitcoins over here and I'm going to re-enter 42k, yes, I could be making a potential gain of having an approximately, let me see, 12% more Bitcoin. 12% more Bitcoin than I own right now. But for me to take that risk here, it is extremely, extremely risky, because I'm going to, if the market is going to reverse right now towards the upside, what can literally happen here, guys? You literally lost out on so much, and let's say market is going to go back up towards 53k here. You have to be buying for 12% more. So what my strategy will be here, if the market is going to come down further on, I will be, of course, buying more Bitcoin, but I will be not selling it right now here. Good morning, Rover. Good morning, Mr. Crypto here. K-Mail is saying, is there a way to be buying Kasta tokens before the official launch? I mean, you do know, like, Kasta is as well not only going to get listed here on Bybit here, because yeah, the initial exchange offering is going to be here on Bybit, my man K-Mail. But of course, we do know as well, as soon as the token is going to get launched here, we are going to as well, they are going to make a contract, and that contract, you could be as well buy in towards it on Uniswap or like on different DEX, you know. So they are most likely going to get listed on DEXs as well. No, they are going to get listed on DEXs as well. So do you know that? But of course, the easiest way to get in towards it is going to be through Bybit, because Bybit is going to be the first place where it's going to get launched here. And like 5 minutes or 10 minutes later, we're going to be finding out about the contract address, and then we can be buying it on like DEXs, etc. You know. So what is going to be the best way to do it? I think it's going to be for sure Bybit. As soon if you call, let's say, get in towards it over here. I mean, I'm going to look at the spot trading pair. And then I'm going to look, of course, at trying to accumulate it here against the USD tether valuation. So, yeah, I do look forward towards what we're going to get from this point here. I think it's going to be extremely exciting. It's going to be extremely exciting here. What's your favorite food? I love everything, man. I love everything. I'm a big eater. What's my favorite food? I mean, it's a very good question. I don't really have favorite food. Do you consider the option expiry Friday last minute tax loss harvesting will have a dramatic effect on the price at the end of the work week, which is the last day of the month and the last day of the year? Yeah, for sure. I mean, Friday is going to be crazy. Friday is the last day of the year, last day of the week, and option expiration day. So Friday can be big, but usually if we're going to look back towards option expirations, is that like 2 or 3 days before the option expiration is literally there, we already bottomed out here. You see, that's what happens, because then the sell pressure is running out of the market, and if they don't have any sell pressure anymore, they can't keep suppressing it, you know. So for me, I think it's going to be It's going to be tomorrow, and tomorrow and the day after is going to be pretty neutral. I don't necessarily expect that we're going to have to see another major correction. I mean, we could be seeing some major fake outs, that's true. So we have to be waiting and see how it's going to go here. Morning, CR. Hope you're well and had a good Christmas. I mean, my Christmas was amazing, and I just look forward towards the next year, guys. I mean, for me today, for me, the beginning of the year, like the first week of the year, is going to be very busy. But afterwards, it's going to be all right once again. So I do look forward towards what we're going to do here in the coming weeks ahead of ourselves, of course, guys. I do look forward towards it. But yeah, I am doing very well here. I'm doing very well. Bitcoin going up, mega eruption up. I mean, I think January 1st is going to be a crazy day in crypto, man. What if the 4-year cycle already played out here? I mean, I don't really believe anymore in 4-year cycles because the market is maturing. This is a whole different market than like 4 years ago. I'm not comparing Bitcoin towards 2013 and 2017 right now, because in 2013 and 2017 we were not having inflation above the 6% here, and in those years as well the market was not so mature and people were only buying Bitcoin to quickly make some gains. Right now people are buying Bitcoin because they want to be hedging against the dollar, the euro, because they are printing too much here. So I do believe differently into Bitcoin right now than I did in 2017. 2017 was more of a hype cycle, and right now is becoming a real thing here, and it's becoming a real asset that everyone wants to be holding. So that's the reason why I do have a different approach on the token right now than like 4 years ago. So as well, I do believe in extended cycles. But guys, anyways, I will be right now wrap up the stream for a second here because I have got some things to do here. But later today, I will be back. If there's as soon as there's going to be a market move here, guys, on Bitcoin, I will be jumping on live again here. I'm going to press up and I'm going to smash up that like button right away. So guys, if you want to be staying up to date about everything what's going to be playing out today, do not forget to subscribe to the channel, ring the bell notification, because if you're ringing the bell notification right now, you will be joining us later today once we're seeing a significant market move here on today's market. So guys, thank you so much for watching once again towards today's video. But I can promise you already, I will be back later today with another update as soon as something is going to be happening over here. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.